watching AYV Television.
Salon Kckntri Pכt. Inside this country pot, yeah. Inside this country pot, yeah. Ministry of Tourism Day. National Tourist Body. Monument Relics Commission. AYV sent me home. Salon Kckntri Pכt. Salon Kckntri Pכt. Inside this country pot, yeah. Inside this country pot, yeah. Inside this country pot, oh. Tourism, I say the day. Traditional business day. Tourism business day. Country food, I say it day. Salon Kckntri Pכt. Salon Kckntri Pכt. Inside this country pot, yeah. Inside this country pot, yeah. It's the culture day. Country food, I say it day. Sorry side, I say the day. Inside this country pot,
Inside the Country Port, 2nd January 2021. Yes, I want to welcome you to Salon Kckntri Port, the very first edition for 2021, and want to wish you from the Salon Kckntri Port team, want to wish you happy and prosperous New Year 2021. Well, from the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the National Tourist Board, Monuments and Relics Commission and AYV, we're glad for bring you Salon Kckntri Port. Mina Mohamed Farid Kago.
And me and Francis Musa Momo.
Well, Salon Kckntri Port and the program we look at Salon history, heritage, culture and tourism. And this program, they continue for look at different things so for bring and come to you so that you will actually see and enjoy waiting in a Salon culture and also waiting at the team them where we people them left where we still enjoy and where we will continue for enjoy saute go. Well, inside the Kckntri Port today, Francis, of course this is a new year. So let me first of all begin discuss how we want to see Salon Kckntri Port inside this 2021.
Yeah, you will watch. We want for say extend we had to you from the Salon Kckntri Port team 2021, and we get great vision for Salon Kckntri Port with the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and Monuments and Relics Commission and the National Tourist Board. They push for let we see that Salon culture, Salon history and Salon tourism, we self get something for show, and that thing that we get for show, they attract people and for come to we. That now the idea behind Salon Kckntri Port. And like what you say, Farid, we want for see Salon Kckntri Port be that magnet, that steel for make people come Salon, because with waiting the Salon Kckntri Port don't they do, and we want for do more for see that we push an authentic education, especially when you get for do with heritage education, because if you don't know about yourself, you're not going to able to know who side you go. So history, your culture, the pride in yourself, your identity, your pride in your nation, the love for nation, the love for positive cultural values, all nine we blend for put inside this Salon Kckntri Port. So we want for we all in a salon get that one mind philosophy for say this country port. If we all come inside there, we all get one voice. Salon go places, and people and really want for land but Salon, and people and don't become so attractive now for see say then self come for see what's in the happen in a Salon.
And with the Salon Kckntri Port, you get the opportunity for be part of this program. Send message on 030-718-777. 030-718-777 are the number for be part of the Salon Kכntri Pכt program as we go look at the first thing we come out inside the Salon Kכntri Pכt for this year 2021. We are the first program. And remember, if you watch again, you can check me on YouTube for watching different past programs there. Now the Monuments and Relics Commission YouTube page, you can subscribe to that, and also they watch with different editions them. Francis, let me just go inside the podcast at the opening right now. Okay, let me see. Me want put. Okay, let me just put me on and see. Wow, the post who came to you. Look like say na material we get wait inside the pot.
Yeah.
Nice something inside the Salon Kכntri Pכt for this year 2021.
First one.
January. Of course, this is not the New Year edition, and we want for use opportunity for wish you happy New Year. And for bringing the New Year, we bring this item, and this na the very first time we bring you something like this na the Salon Kכntri Pכt. Theory for do it. The creative arts. The creative arts, painting, drawing. We get people that are actually talented for do still life drawing. For maybe watch Francis Momo, like also. I watch you, then I begin the sketch you no more. They sketch you. They watch you, they sketch you. So by the time I done, I don't get, this particular framework for say like I draw you, and we watch an exact, it could be exact. So we get people that way talented in the area than they. Way and this na thing way like done dey for ages, painting, drawing, and then thing they for do it and sculpture business. And now some country them people can actually pay beaucoup money for them painting they just because like somebody paints somebody or somebody paints a picture, and they can say a picture they tell the best story. They say like a picture, then bookman can say it worth 1,000 words. One game picture can explain to you beaucoup thing way maybe if you put it in words safe it go difficult. So there is this the young people here so we call themselves Bondumani arts where they do them fine work here so. Sometimes back they may get the exhibition, they may do some of the work they will do. They actually go display on some side. We can watch this now, waiting and display, and how all team go like. Let's just watch and see how this Bondumani arts exhibition means like at Salon Kכntri Pכt go there.
Within the Lumley Beach and seafood restaurant, the Salon Kכntri Pכt team come seafood restaurant to side and art exhibition they go on with Bondumani art exhibition. So now day with day, anytime we use day na salon and you na somebody we like art. You can drop by Bondumani in a seafood restaurant and can see the art display there. We see this Bondumani art exhibition. They go on a seafood restaurant. So we want to know what are they doing. You can introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Charlo. I'm here to fight for
today na the last day. So wetin are the future plans for Bondo Mani? Or then I know say una go get that name for another exhibition at other time. But wetin are the future plans there for the creative arts and women herself as artists?
We actually prepare a lot for bring up young artists and one way they get talent. We want to do an art class because they could build up some artistic talent. Art class and we want for the more exhibitions and the future young artists make them show their work. We plan for actually plan for future artists like exhibition for artists like the placement building of the definitely make these books for each piece. They kind of expensive, so we just done with one of the artists. Future plans like we want to make art class for young artists. We want for them to get more exhibitions so the future other artists where they show their work, let people let them say them definitely exist and they for this.
So and open to partnerships for people that we want to do TV, but then I ask when they come then people that see some good and other creative mind. We are in end actually have to do this exhibition and then do all of the paintings and movie this is so in final good colors. So some good you get any TV one for some people just briefly that
I think like we call it ISASU. We call it ISASU, like I would say like you don't really say a lot. We don't get much to say. I just want to we really get a lot for art and we just want to see art to do. So we want to take art to another level. And we really need like more support and more people like campaign and for see like people have day as a way I would like they really talented. You understand? At least like now we two force maybe like
thousands of people that they are
thousands of people, young people that be out there with like really talented, with like Sierra-Leoneans and beginning to discover.
Thank you very much and I do a very good job with them piece there I will do. And the Salon Kכntri Pכt and we'll take una to other people then for see with you and they do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sierra-Leoneans and they really patronize now.
Yeah, actually, some they actually like this. Some they don't like fire, and most of them this fire so like they want to get some. And now like this is fantastic piece, and they don't pay for a piece, and like so many others they don't like. We appreciate that at least like people in the show, in the show.
Artwork.
Yeah.
And so if I want to learn like you do, like what they so you do this picture for me in a painting, which it will cost me.
Okay.
Yeah, the face and all the chair so.
Well actually we could talk about that because it depends on the size and the quality and we can talk about that. So if you want to do painting, you can contact me on 076-403799. That's my WhatsApp number, and you can call me on 034-9156. You can also check out our Facebook page, Bondo Mani Art, and with Instagram, Bondo Mani Art. And also, we need to create designs of walls. Like, you want space by you can do a
Fine, now you talk to me. To me. So Sierra-Leoneans, people they out there we not so Sierra Leone they but they look to the Monument Heritage Commission, National Tourist Board, and the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the Salon Kckntri Pכt Monument Heritage Commission, the lead. Now they see all within Aisha to don't talk about, and we want more Sierra Leoneans them for patronize their arts, let them buy, let them come see anytime where they get for day, any other time. Yeah, so let people then come and can see and patronize them, and at least that will push them go before, and it will create livelihood for them and other artists them within a salon.
Well, that's Aisha to Jallo and Songo Briwa. The Francis Momi, they talk to them about the Bondumani art exhibition we didn't do. Of course, FCC, them people do some nice work. We saw it for the sound, but again, which we for show, now photo them, now picture them, artwork, drawing. And from the drawing, you see and say, without possible explain self to you, you will not say, now then people they do that work, they fine work, they do them fine paints and then fine drawing and they really make then say they contribute in their own way to the development of the arts, the creative arts especially, way very important. Francis, you said Bisari draw we be good school because I remember we like we good school you do arts and crafts.
Yeah,
tell me small
we the first for now, but you know because the education not be too that comprehensive, well any kind of way. So mine they try, but you get people and we a day in them, understand? So if even if they not be get that comprehensive education within the school system, but them able push and still able to take the arts forward, understand? So, but you see, say, beaucoup people in the way they're talented in that field, but perhaps they're not empowered for able put within them get outside there. So.
And mostly we find ourselves in a situation where or a country where most people are not evaluating it too much, so much that someone will prefer for patronize other things. But the arts naturally very important, and that's where a lot of people, especially out of Sierra Leone, where they put premium on, and a lot of people they make a living out of that. Just the work we they do in terms of art. You get painting like the Mona Lisa. You know, it's the cost, almost the cost for the people. Actually, I mean, for go watch and for people they pay for that, and the painting itself for gets that painting they cost millions of dollars. See, so like this now something we like people are able to do and get a living out of that. Because I remember I went to go school, arts business, they learn for draw, then say still life draw, you watch something, so you begin to nice, and Bondumani arts and they do them. So we have to say kudos to them, and Salon Kckntri Pכt will continue for follow them and see how then they do their work and how then they continue for push go before. So let's continue the Salon Kckntri Pכt. We go open this term and you go just
we don't know if it's
tell you waiting come out inside the Kckntri Pכt. But remember, say you can be part of the Salon Kckntri Pכt program. Send message on 030-718-777. 030-718-777. Now the number for send message. In case you want be part of this program, maybe you get an opinion or something we want to talk about the program, you can send them on that message number D. Yeah, this is Salon Kckntri Pכt and at the Salon Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the National Tourist Board, Monument Heritage Commission, and AYV. They make this program come to you. Mina Mohamed Farid Kagbo.
I mean, Francis Musa Momo. So I hold me on.
Yes, let me just see what inside the Salon Kckntri Pכt this time around.
I hold me on. I hold me on. Wow, this is a big thing. A big thing.
Okay.
And if you can remember, last week we be do the last program. We be get a range of issues and we'll be just the tap into for raise awareness or education to people. So I think one of that topic and they will be just pinch Pananomo now return the African diaspora return, where basically it come out of the involuntary movement of we
in a big English is
yes,
so
that are where they take people and we they're not glad about them. I mean in English, involuntary movement. So like you take somebody without not willing for go. So we all know say that don't happen part of our history. Say then take people go scattered all about the world, especially in the New World. We now in the United States of America and other parts of the Atlantic world.
So you talk about slavery,
yeah, we talk about slave trade. So but now waiting we talk about inside this program, we talk about return, not to the shipments again, but now the return. I don't travel, I don't do some side for a very long time, and now I feel say I don't miss my family them, I don't miss me home, and I want for return. Now we talk about now. So we talk to one of we brother. We some people then go attempt for call him YouTuber because it one of in channel the way they use now YouTube, but they use Facebook, they use other medium them for talk to people them. But we Naya go attempt for we go call him, we not go attempt, we go call him African Diaspora Connector. We not go call him YouTuber because all in work we don't they do now for like bridge, the one they already on that side, the one they already over so that they all go connect. So we go call him an African Diaspora Connector. So we talk to one of we brother and call her Dinas Amir himself. They're born in America, but now they don't trace in roots and they take that return. So let we watch and see what's in talk inside the Salon Kckntri Pכt will bring them there.
Brother Francis.
Yes, well.
My brother.
Hi.
So happy to be in Sierra Leone.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
So it's been like you never left.
I know, I was just here 2.5 weeks ago, and I came right back because we have a very important event coming up January 5th, and I'm so excited. So when you had called me, you know, it wasn't even any question. Like, I bought my ticket right when I got off the phone with you. I bought my ticket, so.
Okay, today, Salon Kckntri Pכt, they down na Freetown, for come talk to one of we brother. We always don't see say Salon na in destination, Salon na in place. We in one for day all the time. So Salon Kckntri Pכt come for can sit down with your brother and talk to him. Brother Dinas inside the Kckntri Pכt time. So Dinas don't they talk to a lot of people in a salon. They don't they talk to boku people in. But today, Salon Kckntri Pכt get you come inside the port. So and I go for the talk Creole, and so that the people out there go the area to the talk and also go the switch in English so that you also understand what you are saying at the Salon Kckntri.
Well, I'm gonna try my best to understand the Creole.
Yeah.
You know, I can pick up words here and there, so you know, and I got to learn Creole anyway.
Yeah.
So my first question for this discussion would be like, what's your views about the Salon Kckntri Pכt program? Oh, I love it. I think so. What's lacking? So, me personally, on my journey traveling throughout Africa, I wanted to focus on the culture. You know, I just think for some reason, there's this mindset amongst Africans that as we modernize, we have to sacrifice our culture. And without culture, who are you? You know, what are you? So I primarily used to focus, I primarily focus on the culture, the indigenous culture, the spirituality. Because if we don't value it, there are other people who pretend to value it and then they exploit it. So I believe programs like Kckntri Pכt that focuses on Salon culture, the indigenous traditional culture.
The idea behind the Salon Kckntri Pכt and Monuments and Relics Commission was a heritage education activation program. We call it HIP. Okay. HIP because you have the HIP
move forward, and that you have to do heritage education, because for people to get the liberation culturally, then they need to be educated on the culture,
Right.
which is very key, and
Very
that's why that's how the Salon Kכntri Pכt was born. So people might want to know you.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell them who you are, what you've been doing these years, and now in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Name, everything.
All right, so full name is Dynas Pכt Adewale Amir. First time I traveled to Africa was in 2011. Well, let me back up a little bit. So my program, my platform is entitled In Search of Uhuru. And I'll get into where that name came from. So 2011 was the, I operate a platform entitled In Search of Uhuru. And so I'll get behind the inspiration behind that so later on. But in 2011 was the first time I ever traveled to Africa. I traveled to Tanzania. And I remember, and I tell people, when I left the airport, Julius Nyerere Airport in Dar es Salaam, the natives, the Tanzanians, they walked up to me and they started speaking Swahili. And I just, I didn't understand. And so they first asked, "Are you South African?" I said, "No." Then they asked, "Are you Ghanaian?" I said, "No." Then they asked, "Are you Nigerian?" At that time, it was no. So then they asked, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm a Black American." They said, "Okay, but where are you from?" I said, at that time, I didn't know. I was like, "I'm a Black American." They said, "Okay, but what tribe are you from?" I had to explain that because of the slave trade. We were disconnected from everything: our heritage, our language, our identity as Africans, and they still didn't understand. So when they asked me the question in regards to what tribe I was from, that kind of put me on a journey of self-discovery. So Uhuru, since Tanzania was the first country I went to and the language they spoke was Swahili, Uhuru in Swahili means freedom. So, I started to travel throughout Africa, more on a journey of self-discovery as far as who I am. In this, I would gain this freedom as far as knowing where I come from, my roots, who am I, who are my ancestors, where we came from. So I just traveled throughout Africa, and then also too, I took a DNA test. And through a DNA test, on my father's side, my mother's side, it was discovered that I was Mende, Sierra Leone. So that helped as far as with the journey of self-discovery. But as far as with Search for Uhuru, what we're also doing, we're building a bridge between the diaspora and Africa. So we encourage the diaspora, Black Americans, Caribbeans, to come and visit, come invest, not just money, but also spiritually. Come enjoy Africa. We go to France, we go to England, we go to China, we go to Thailand, but go to river number 2. Where can you find river number 2? People don't understand how beautiful Africa is. So as I started to travel throughout Africa, I wanted to document it. I also wanted to document the culture, set the record straight on the culture. Because we're being fed lies and misinformation in America. And just unfortunately, many of us, we believe everything we see on TV. So then in that would kind of discourage Black Americans to go visit Africa because of the negative images of Africa on TV. So I wanted to come and change that. So that's why I came, I video, interviewed, talked to people, and we focused on the culture so we could set the narrative straight. What things that are considered taboo, what's considered taboo is, we good or? Okay. So, I wanted to change the story, the narrative, because again, the way everything's presented to us in regards to the culture of Africa is that it's dark, is evil, the spirituality is evil, everything is bad. So I wanted to set the record straight on that. That, before we were Christian, before we were Muslim, this is who we were. Before we were kidnapped, taken as slaves, this is who we were. And the same people who enslaved us are now telling us that this is bad, but obviously there's ulterior motives, and again, they're the ones who enslaved us. So why would you believe them in regards to their interpretation on our culture? So that's why I'm here. That's why I travel. Been to about 17 countries now, and so that's what it is.
That's a good summary of what you've been doing. So I would say you've been on this quest or search for Uru for almost 9 years now.
Yeah.
So in quest for Uru, in quest for freedom, spiritual freedom, cultural freedom, the freedom of an African personality, have you found freedom, or have you found Uru? And how has Sierra Leone changed your mindset in terms of finding that freedom?
I would say Uhuru, I think it's still ongoing. I don't think there's really an end date of it. It's still ongoing. It's still a search. It's still discovering who you are. You're doing that every day. Now, as far as how Sierra Leone is playing a role in that is, when I remember, when I first started going to Africa, you got the welcome home, brother. This is the land of your ancestors. Welcome back. This is who you are. You are African. And you were received. But, I wanted to be received officially, where documented, where I have the same rights as my fellow African in their country. Because what I would tell people is we didn't voluntarily leave. My ancestors didn't choose to leave. We were taken. But now I'm voluntarily choosing to come back. So with Sierra Leone, which is so beautiful, because no other country is doing this or rolling this out in the matter of Sierra Leone, that if you could prove that your DNA traces back to Sierra Leone, you can get citizenship, something that's official. Don't get me wrong, the spiritual part, the cultural part is important. But, for many African Americans who wanted to reconnect, it's like the spiritual part we got, the cultural part we got, but when it got to the official part, it was always like a break, or like, well, we got to get back to you on that. But with Sierra Leone coming out and say, hey, if your DNA traces back to this country, you can officially be Sierra Leonean. That's beautiful, and that's what many of us want. And I'm thankful. Like I'm excited. Like this is awesome. So now I am officially Sierra Leonean. Officially.
So that's a great impact to search for Uhuru.
Right.
And I remember you had a name, a Sierra Leonean name.
No.
Can you tell the people your Sierra Leonean name and how that came about in Sierra Leone?
Hindolo is my name. It means crab.
Hindolo means a male child, and his name is Indolo Gakwi, which is crab.
Correct.
So
we so I know Bo is kind of like the I guess the capital of Mende land, from what I understand. So first time, actually it was the first time or second time I came to Sierra Leone, I said we got to go to Bo, because I've been researching the Mende and the different cities and where the Mende are within Sierra Leone. So I said we have to go to Bo. So Francis took me and our friend Zena to Bo. We pulled up. They had the masquerades. I love the masquerades. I love masquerades. They had the masquerades. And then we met Chief Bona in Bo, and he made me a chief, and he gave me the name Hindolo. So that's how it came about as far as my Sierra Leonean name.
So, Dinas, I think you made more than 3 to 4 trips now in Sierra Leone.
You know, this should have been my 6th trip, but because of coronavirus, yeah, I couldn't come.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be here in March and in May, but then coronavirus happened and.
So and you have a large following, and you've been doing activities. You came to Sierra Leone, meet people in Sierra Leone now. I want to ask that what impact your visit or your return is having to other black brothers that have not made the return, but are using some of you guys as examples, positive examples, to come to the continent and come to Sierra Leone and see what's are the opportunities and then grab them.
So when we were yesterday, when we went to immigration and we were in the office, you know, right before we got fingerprinted, there was another group that came in. So I was there by myself at first, then another group came in. And they all came up to me and said, Dinas, oh, we watch your videos. Thank you so much for what you're doing as far as educating people on Africa. And they were saying, like 4 or 5 people said, they said, Dinas, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now. So again, it's just, nobody was really, when I started back in like 2013, 2014, as far as once every blue moon, you know, I'll put videos up on YouTube. As far as on the continent, not sitting in an office or you know, a classroom in America just doing lectures. I was on the ground with my camera. You know, I would call it village hopping. So I would go to Mali, and I would go visit different villages in Mali, go visit the Dogon, and that's what I would do. Like, no one else was doing that. So people didn't get that, like, really outside of, like, I would have called it authentic, you know, BBC or Discovery Channel or CNN, because I think a lot of that's all scripted. Like, people didn't really get that firsthand experience, you know, 10 toes down on the continent. So I was doing that. So a lot of people started to catch on, you know. But the great thing about it is the conversation has shifted. So from around 2011 to 2018, the conversation was, Dinas, what about the mosquitoes? Dinas, do I need to get vaccines? Dinas, do they have hotels in Africa? Dinas, can I fly to Africa? How do I buy airplanes? Dinas, am I gonna get kidnapped? Dinas, are there people running around barefooted with AK-47s? Those were like the questions I was answering from 2011 to that. Can I walk outside at night in Africa? Dinas, are the Africans going to respect me? Do they like me? Do they hate me? Are they gonna look at me as a slave? Do they respect me? So those were the conversations I was having, and the questions I was answering from like 2011 to 2018. And I don't know what happened. Like towards the beginning of 2018, it started to shift to, you know, I'm really considering moving to Africa. Dinas, which country is a good country to move to in Africa? You know, Dinas, how do I invest? Dinas, like, you should start doing tours, Dinas, you know, start doing tours and taking people. So like, it just, all of a sudden you just had this shift. So 2019, I started doing tours and bringing people to Nigeria. Now in 2000, it's already 2021.
Yeah,
Goodness,
yeah.
It's already 2021. 2021, April, I'm bringing people here to Sierra Leone on a tour. 2021.
Yeah.
April 21st to the 30th, we're coming here for the 60th anniversary of independence, Sierra Leone independence. So we're coming here. And then also too, you know, I know some people might watch this and say I'm hating on Ghana. I'm not hating on Ghana. You know, a lot of the diaspora or black Americans were quick to go to Ghana. But when you study history and you notice how black Americans or the diaspora, how heavily they were involved in establishing Liberia and establishing Freetown, you know, just last year, Ghana had their year of return. The original year return was, I guess, 1787.
Yeah.
Here in Freetown. After that, another year return was 1822 in Liberia. So we've already had our year of returns. And the great thing about those year of returns, we came and we established ourselves here. We lived here, we moved here, many of us. Versus in Ghana, it's more of just come, visit, vacation, party, and then go back. So we've already, I think that part of the history is not being taught at all in America. I mean, you had, the black poor, the black loyalists, who came and helped establish Sierra Leone, and that's not being taught for some reason. And I think that part is being missed because, again, the role that African Americans played in Sierra Leone and Liberia, I mean, it's important. So that's why I'm encouraging people to come to Sierra Leone. Like, come.
So yeah, that's a very good thing. So in all of these visits, what are the opportunities you've seen in terms of seeing people come in and then testing the waters and try to see how they can map investment? So what have been the opportunities that you saw and you've continued to see in Sierra Leone as a country?
So over these palm trees over here, they're building the Hilton Hotel. I walked by it this morning. I kept asking people, like, where's the new Hilton? In fact, I thought that was the new Hilton. They said, no, the Hilton. And then I remember I saw over there, I looked over there this morning. I'm like, that looks like construction. It's the first time I noticed it. So I walked by. So when you see new construction, right, like the Hilton Hotel, that means more people are gonna come visit, meaning those new people that come visit are gonna need services, products and services. Yeah. So restaurants, anything hospitality needed, right, is gonna need to support the Hilton Hotel. So I mean, I think hospitality is huge here. Hospitality in the estate business, real estate. But hospitality, I think, anything that can support hospitality, facilitating people to come visit, tourism, that's gonna boom. So all these other industries to support hospitality, those are great opportunities to come in, invest, and establish yourself. Because I was in Senegal. I was just in Senegal 3 weeks ago. And the amount of construction I saw in Senegal, I have not seen anywhere, even in America. And so the first question I asked, and this is to my black brothers and sisters who are always like, well, the Chinese and the Lebanese and this ease and that ease. I asked, who's building these buildings in Senegal? They said Indians. Okay, so why can't black people who want to invest in Africa, who want to get involved instead of complaining, why not come and build in Sierra Leone? And the opportunity is ripe. Come invest. And I think hospitality tourism would be a great sector.
Yeah, because I think from government's angle and tourism is a key diversifying our economy. So with what you are saying and with a lot of investment coming into tourism, remember that tourism is multifaceted, because if you have a hospitality business, you need entertainment,
right,
culture, you understand, heritage, roots tourism, nature and culture, and I think these are Sierra Leone's niche areas that I think people will come and invest, right? What are the places you've seen? Prime sports, heritage sites, natural heritage site, and there's just...
I would say, I mean, Sierra Leone, and I tell people, this is the most beautiful country I've ever seen. I remember, number one, when I first landed at Lungwe, and I came by myself first time, I didn't know where to go. I just know they said I had to catch a boat to get to the other side. So I asked somebody, how do I get over to the other side, to the mainland, to Freetown? He said, follow me. So he took my hand, we hopped in the cab, then we went to, we caught the ferry. Yeah. And I remember just coming in, just looking at the terrain, the mountains, and just seeing how beautiful it is. I'm like, oh my God, this place is beautiful. Why did I not come sooner? I mean, everywhere else, why did I not come to Sierra Leone sooner? I've been everywhere else, started with East Africa. Like, why did I not come to Sierra Leone sooner? So then we came to my hotel, I was staying here. You know, Fran came and picked me up, and he took me to river number 2. And I remember us coming up the road to river number 2. We was bouncing around, and then we get off the bike, and I walk, and there's some shops. I'm like, okay. And I remember I kind of stepped through this like where it's like an open area.
Yeah.
And the minute I stepped foot on that beach, and I just looked, I said, this is heaven. I said, this that white sand, blue water, the mountains in the background. I said, this is heaven. So the beaches alone in Sierra Leone, by far. I don't know who else can compete with the beaches in Sierra Leone. Just the beaches alone. We talk about just natural. The beaches alone, the culture.
Most people don't know the history a lot unless when they come interface. When they come interface, then you start seeing this bubble, historical bubble, give you this of an authentic Sierra Leone and history, the contribution of indigenous personalities, Sierra Leoneans that have also made contributions to the consciousness of Africans, not only on the continent but in the diaspora. So when you are talking about fused society, you can see it here, even in the Creole.
Right.
So Portuguese, you can find Portuguese language in Creole. You can find other West African indigenous languages fused into Creole. So and that's contributing a lot to our level of hospitality, level of tolerance. And you were saying if they were asking if people respect you, if they respect you in Africa. How have you seen in terms of when you're in Sierra Leone?
I'm well received, like well received. It's beautiful, it's safe. I walk around by myself. If I want to go somewhere, I go out there, I catch the KK, I go. Hop on Okada, I go. You know, you have to come visit Sierra Leone. You have to come visit Sierra Leone. You know, and it's a fusion. You can find everything here in Sierra Leone because of the history. Like I'm joining a secret society, and it's a Yoruba secret society. I'm part Yoruba as well. So you can find everything here in Sierra Leone. So it's just beautiful.
That's very great. But before we end, we know we'll be connecting all this while, and you've been doing a lot of work also in partnership with Monuments, especially with Salon Kckntri Pכt, sharing, liking what Salon Kckntri Pכt does through the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the Monuments and Relics Commission, and that of the National Tourist Board. So we are going to gift you with Monuments and Relics Commission shirts.
Thank you.
And a hat. Then we are going to wear it.
Okay.
This one.
Okay.
So you wear that one, and then wear this first.
Okay. I gotta put this over my kaftan.
Yes.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Where's my flag? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Here we go.
With the flag, you see.
Okay, got my flag. Here we go. Thank you. There we go.
Yes.
I look good.
Yeah. And then, so you're going to hold the Salon Kckntri Pכt.
Okay. All right.
So, and then can you turn it? Let me just read.
Okay.
Well, Dinah Samir, of course, na the African diaspora connector. Now, possibly, like, they connect the African diaspora. The one way they don't go, when people they don't go, they don't do for generations. We like they don't lost contact with Africa. when are the original home, when are them people them come out, when them take them forcefully, then carry them go as slaves. But now we talk about the time for them to return. They don't go for generations. They don't lose almost everything we connected with Africa. In terms of the names they get, they show anything about Africa. The ways of doing things them, far away from waiting, of course, and people in the practice before. Then go the location, but one thing we left na that, you always had the mind that they're not Africans, and the consciousness don't build up. Francis, you glad about that?
Yeah, this a long struggle internally. People and minds them always on the bug for reconnect, and we all know say the stage at which Africa don't dey now. Africa not to the future any longer. Africa na the now. Africa gets a very vibrant, youthful population, and with that in itself na sufficient data for able uplift the continent and for able make we compete anywhere and able see that the continent grow to the level at which we want them. And then they not go happen na the continent beyond or devoid of in diaspora. Then they very important. Let we know that one they say. If Africa get for grow, the one themselves will be done day out, they need for connect, they need for merge, so that we all go put your hands in together. Whether if you don't do long time in the diaspora, you need for put your head down on the continent, try for connect with your brothers and sisters, with family, for see that we take Africa to the days where we all know say Africa be done they like kings. We all know say Africa we don't get kings, we don't get empires. So that history now we all get for come together back for see that we revive. And now if we revive, Africa need for connect within diaspora. And
looking at it, the African Americans or the Salonian American they're so glad for this opportunity for able to come back for forget this reconnection with the long lost family them. Then they do the DNA them. Then they trace the ancestry for say, okay, you great grandpa or great mama or papa. Now from the Mende ethnic group in Komot. Now from the Limba, now from the Timni. Then the Gladi. When they come again, of course, then the Kana Salon. Most of them, the Gladi for go na the side and way like now the last side where them people them be mass them food before them come out to the African soil. Places like Bonsai Land, places like Banana Island, and other side them around where like them the sell people them. Sorry, then most of it we can see now mixed feelings. What you will say for the one the way like still no decide for coming, Francis, we like with the watch this program right now.
Yeah.
But they get African roots. Because like looking at dynasty story, you see we go now Tanzania, they begin asking, where are you from? If you begin to say in a black American, where I say, hey, we don't say a black American, but where are you from?
Yeah.
That's self-discovery.
Yeah. A very important. And now, like we say, trade, science not be there for back them up, right? Science not be there for back them up. So man, either they use in oral tradition, or in history. Either if them we don't document historical justification. Say this person here, now that kind of way they. But now with science, it go beyond just the history side of it. So you they go deep now with the blood for able to connect you. But what I can say, just like I think last week we go with the talk, we know like a diners in a scenario diners day, but remember say diners in scenario is same to a lot of the African diaspora. In story, not much different from any other African diaspora or black with any self na any part na the world, whether na Britain, whether na China, whether na any side na the world. And then the African American community, you go when you see the black, them people and some people and they like wait they say no make the time here for return. They don't already see yanda na their home. You remember? Because one, they don't go there for a very long time. Generations don't born for a very long time. They don't know no other side. They don't know no other side beyond that place there. So when them also they encounter a situation where somebody go ask you, who side you come out? You understand? Who side you come out? Not to where you belong. So that next step they begin to judge themselves. Okay, if somebody say me not to where I come out, then who say me come out now? You understand? Me na Africa, but me na Africa now. I dey inside America. So now, then they even put you on a whole lot of research.
Yeah. For
begin think of one. I begin if na internet, I begin check. See, or I begin talk to if I see black person online, I begin ask them questions and just for fun, a lot of ways for let them able reconnect. So what me go say, anybody when a black person, you know say you get a source. That's the very important thing. And as a black person, you source na the continent. The source na the continent. So you get for choose for reconnect. You get for choose for reconnect which place, any place in Africa, just for see that you self join you people way, then we don't cut you off from for a very long time. And that reconnection, for me, I say na healing. Na healing, na a cultural healing, na a spiritual healing. So it take you off, it cool you down and try for tell you for say I not lost anything, we can still move beyond all of which challenges them.
Well, and they can always say even like you go places like there, South Carolina and Georgia and America, you will see people that still practice some. I mean, the ways of doing things, the more of, like African or Sierra Leonean somehow. They get songs, then ways. I mean, some they sing, the baskets making and other things. Anyway, but the discussion will continue later on. As now na time for let we just wrap up. I'm not sure say anything inside the Kckntri Pkt again. Let me check. Let me check if anything needed. Okay. Well, the Salon Kckntri Pkт so empty for today, and being that it don't empty, and for the fact that it's empty, we don't get anything for do but for just total Kckntri Pkт back and can go so that we go other side and go see what will come out inside the Salon Kckntri Pkт. One for tell you plenty thank you for you joining for pull waiting come out inside the Salon Kckntri Pkт today, and also one for tell you plenty thank you for where you send text message. Somebody they ask about the Salon Kckntri Pkт. We go send message to them later on as you want to get contact with somebody who we know talk to earlier on in subsequent programs we've been on to before. Well, so till next Saturday we will bring you another Salon Kckntri Pkт. Mina Mohamed Farid Kabo, they say bye bye.
Mina Francis Musa Momo.
Salon Kckntri Pkt, Salon Kckntri Pkт, inside this Kckntri Pkt, inside this Kckntri Pkt, inside this Kckntri Pkt, inside this Kckntri Pkt, Ministry of Tourism Day, inside this Kckntri Pkt, National Tourist Body, inside this Kckntri Pkt, Monument Relics Commission, inside this Kckntri Pkt, AYV Centre, inside this Kckntri Pkt, Salon Kckntri Pkt.
You're watching AYV Television.